play 26 minutes?
I didn't. Honestly, we were just so relieved to get the clearance on Monday that he was back with us. Literally, I'm not saying this for effect. Sometimes I do say things for effect. You guys know that, but this is not one of those times. They would not allow him to run, bounce a ball, jump, anything. His conditioning, and this was only about a week ago, they let him ride a stationary bike, which was quite a sight, seeing him on a stationary bike. And they let him walk on a treadmill. And if we really pushed the limits, they would let it incline. So that, then going and playing against Florida with Dorian Finney-Smith and the other big guy, I don't want to mispronounce his name, so I won't say it, but it was quite a stretch. He got cleared on Monday. We put him through some workouts. Tuesday, he wakes up, says he's sore, obviously. The eye was fine, no issues. And he had to do what he did in order for me to play him. He basically had to badger me all day that I want to play, coach. I want to play, coach. I want to play, coach. And I was like, dude, you ain't got to say it but once. I want you to play too. But I want to make sure that, you're ready mentally, physically, and can do what you need to do. I was blown away. I said it post-game. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Not that his stat line jumped off the board, but for him literally not to do anything for about a 3-week period and go through 2 eye surgeries, to be able to go out and play 26 minutes. I didn't think his conditioning was horrible, and he gave us a physical presence at the basket that we just have not had without him.
He said that he still sees sort of a black thing or whatever, kind of joked about playing one-eyed.
Right.
I had to kind of blow you away that he's out there even be able to be quasi-productive. Huh?
Incredible. He's got a bubble in his eye. I know this sounds nuts, and I'm just repeating what I've been told because I've tried to get my arms around it as best I could. They put a bubble in his eye, which is stabilizing it until the eye fills back with its natural fluid. So initially, when he came out of the last procedure that he had, he could just kind of see the top third of his eye, and then it got to about midway, and he couldn't see down. I guess the bubble was moving as the eye was filling with fluid, and then at the end, he still can't see his feet unless he looks down at his feet. And I still think it's kind of like that, but I think he's about 80 or 90% done. So my hope is that he'll be able to see his feet by Saturday.
With having 3 fouls in the first half, how did that sort of limit what he was doing on both ends of the floor in the second half?
It's crazy because last year he played good against Florida, his home state, and obviously I know he really wants to. And this year, really the only 2 times since we've moved him to point that he got in early foul trouble was both times against Florida. If you remember here, he picked up 2 in the first 2 or 3 minutes, and I had to sit him, and he does the same thing there. Picks up 2 pretty quick ones, not quite to that extreme. We have to sit him, and then I could kind of sense the game was getting away from us a little bit, so we rolled the dice, and it didn't work out. Now, the rest of the half, the guys rallied, and we didn't close the half as well as I would have hoped, but it certainly put us in a little bit of a precarious situation. He starts the second half, and he got going, made some jump shots, and I could tell he had an edge about him that we were going to try to put him in a position to make some plays. Their game plan was the same as it was here. They had a smaller guard on him in Chris Chioza, and they were really just trying to get under him and pressure him into help. And, he was trying to make a play, and he drove in there, bang, bang, those calls. If it goes against you, you're like, man, that was a block. And if it goes for you, you say, oh, it was a charge, depending on, I guess, your perspective. But it's bang, bang, and he picks up, 3, then he picks up 4, and we continue to ride it. And at the end, again, he's just trying to make a play and gets his 5th. 3 of his 5 fouls are offensive fouls, which I don't know if I've seen that. Certainly not from him. I don't know if I've ever seen it.